another video, and today's video is all about viruses. But before we move on, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so you'll know whenever we get another great video. Okay, so viruses, we all know about them, especially because of this new coronavirus called COVID-19 going around. And this might help you, and this video will help keep you safe and give you tips on how to stay safe during a virus and how do you get infected. So, first of all, what is a virus? Well, viruses are, there's many things that viruses are not. Well, viruses are not microbes, they're not bacteria, they're not fungi, they're not animals, they're not plants. So, what are viruses made of? Viruses are made out of genetic material, and they are covered by a thick coat of protein. The word virus means dangerous and poisonous, and that's really what viruses are. So, are viruses even alive? Some biologists say that viruses are non-living, and there's many reasons why they think that. Well, first, viruses can't reproduce or make baby viruses. That means that they can't make copies of their virus, and they have different ways to make copies. And viruses, they don't need to do the things that we living things do. They do totally different things. But you might be thinking, how do viruses get so big? Because some viruses can kill us. And if there's only one of those viruses, only one, that get into our body and infect us, but then how could some people get killed by this virus? Well, now we're going to learn about the host cells. So we are hosts, and the viruses infect us because we're the hosts. And our cells are the host cells. So the virus also infects one host cell. And once the virus gets inside the cell, then it injects, literally injects, its DNA or its genetic material into the cell. So now the virus is inside the cell. And then it hijacks the cell and makes the cell make more copies and multiply of that virus. So then there's way more viruses than just one inside that cell. So, once the cell makes too much copies, it explodes. And because there's too much viruses inside that cell, and all the viruses that the cell made spread to the other cells that are inside the body. And that is how you get infected with the virus. And also, what do these viruses even look like? First, I'm just going to give you an example of what a coronavirus looks like. So, on the outside of the coronavirus, it has these thin sticks of fat that look like a crown. And I've heard that they're called keys. So, these keys of fat just attach to your skin. And like I said before, they go into your body and hijack the cell. And these viruses are very different from other things in nature, especially their looks. Some are very simple looks. They're just, let's say, circles, like spheres, maybe a few shapes. Some are very, very complicated. They have like 6 legs and they have weird dimensional shapes for heads. And they can also come in very much different colors. The keys can be a different color. And the central sphere, which is the ball shape you see on most viruses and some coronaviruses too, are also a separate color. And how exactly do viruses spread? Well, let's say you have a cold and you are sick and you are at a public place and you sneeze. The droplets from your sneeze each have millions of that virus that you have. And let's just say the droplets land onto the unlucky person sitting right next to you. And then they get infected with the same virus that you have. So here are some tips to not spreading a virus. Whenever you cough or sneeze, do it into your elbow. So the droplets, like I mentioned before, they won't land on any other people and spread the virus even more. And here are some ways that people can get the virus unknowingly. Well, viruses can be all around in public places. They can be on doorknobs, keyboards, and other public things that are open to everybody. And viruses can also travel airborne. They can travel through the air. And if a virus lands on you, maybe through the droplets from someone else's sneeze, you might even not feel it because viruses are very lightweight. Viruses can also travel from human to human and even to animals, insects, and sometimes even plants. Viruses can also spread through the food we eat. If we eat or drink bad food, rotten food, that could give us a virus. And maybe if you eat raw foods, especially meat, you might get a virus. So cook your food. Some foods like fruits, they don't need to be cooked, but especially meat, make sure to wash them thoroughly and cook them. And make sure that they're all clean before you eat them, so you won't get infected by that virus. How do people treat viruses? If you get a virus, that's bad enough, but how do you get better? Well, there's vaccinations. Vaccinations is just a fancy word for getting a shot. Some vaccinations you need to get every single year, like flu shots. And getting a shot isn't dangerous at all. And sometimes, rarely, it has mild side effects. And most of the time, none. And there have been vaccines for viruses like polio, smallpox, hermetitis, chickenpox, and measles, and much more. So, for these viruses, vaccines will help prevent a virus, but antibiotics are for bacteria. So let's say you have the common cold and you take antibiotics. And after you're taking these antibiotics, you do not feel better. You just feel the same way you did before taking your antibiotics. That's because the antibiotics don't help. They only help with bacteria. So take a vaccine. Antibiotics will not help, and you will be wasting your money if you buy antibiotics if you have a virus. Here is how to avoid getting the virus. The most obvious one is wash your hands with soap or water for 20 seconds straight. And there's more about washing your hands. You can try this out at home too. If you rub a fat like butter is a great example because it's fat, and the keys seeds of a virus are made out of fat. So if you rub it on your skin and just use water, it won't wash off. It still stays, and it might even spread the fat even more on your skin. But if you wash it with soap and water, then it will come right off. That is the same with a virus, because viruses have fat on the outside. So if you wash your hands with just water, the virus can still stay on your skin. But if you do it with soap and water, then the virus will wash right off. Make sure your food is cooked like I said before. Make sure that you do not touch your face, eyes, mouth, or nose. If you didn't wash your hands before, a virus on your hands could be transmitted into your body by the things that you touch. And in this case, let's say you rub your eyes, that could get you a virus, because the virus on your hands that you didn't wash go through your eyes, and they can also go into your body and start infecting. So I hope you liked my video about viruses today. Stay safe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!